So hi there, I'm Arabella. I run Black Camel Pictures, which is a very small production company which I run from my house and a back bedroom in the West End of Glasgow. I started the company about 10 years ago with my now husband. He was a production manager. I knew he was probably much more talented. It is indeed probably much more talented than me, but he just needed organising, and I think that's one of the very good things about being a producer, is that you just have to spot people who are much more talented than you. So that's our wedding day, that's our children. We have this weird life where we work together all the time. That's me dressed up as a Nazi zombie matron. This is Outpost, which was our first feature film. It was pretty well documented. We did some serious remortgaging and rejigging and a lot of borrowing to try and raise the money for our first film. I wanted to make an art house road movie. Guess who won? So my husband is a huge genre fan, and he said we should do something really sensible and make a market-led film. Our second film is this film Legacy, which I answered an advert in a sort of film magazine, and a fantastic young talented filmmaker had this great script, and I helped him make the film, and we persuaded Idris Elba to come and work on the film, and he worked for a tiny amount of money for us to get it made. After we made Outpost, we went back and made Outpost 2 because Sony bought Outpost 1 and they made loads of money and I didn't make any money and didn't recoup all that borrowing and everything else that I'd done. So I thought, well, I'll try and do it the second time and do it better. Anyway, as luck, and it went completely over budget. We nearly lost the house. I said to my husband, just as well we got married that year because that's the year we would have divorced. This Outpost has sold all over the world, which I am very proud of, and in its own weird way, you know, every month we get sent, you know, Japanese, Korean versions, Russian versions. We had a theatrical release in Russia, you know, would you believe? It sort of continues to sell. I love the fact that we operate between the two of us in a tiny back bedroom, but we have to explode when we do finance films, and this is a 50,000 square foot warehouse. It is not Pinewood, it is steps. And, you know, this we hired, it was damp, it's leaking, it's raining, but, you know, I hired tons of carpenters, tons of joiners, brilliant scenic painters, fantastic people to make this world, this Outpost world. When I was standing on the set, having made Outpost 2, I just said to my husband, I was like, we've got to do another one. I can't, we've spent 150 grand building this set, we've got to make another film. So I phoned up my sales agent. I went, we can be back in camera in 6 months. Can we make another one? And he went, oh, all right then. And I said, well, and Kieran's going to direct it. That's my husband. So he went behind the camera, and this was his debut feature as well. And here he is. You know, so this is it's called I can't remember the name of it, particular brilliant, he knows the names of all of these tanks. Anyway, lots of explosions. This is the Berserker. This is Brian Larkin, who was our lead actor. Brilliant. Anyway, in the middle of working for yourself, one should always take time out with your children. You can take your laptop, and I thought, you know, I just put in those pictures because we took 5 weeks out with the kids 2 years ago, and in the middle of, we just had a great summer holiday, and I thought I'd put that in there to say it's okay to get that camper van and sit there on your laptops and still work. And I was trying to, I'll come back to that in a minute. So Sunshine on Leith is my, listen, this is one of my projects. Yeah, I made lots of zombie films for 5 years. I was sitting in Sunshine on Leith in the show, and I just thought everyone was having a really, really fantastic time. And I looked at the audience, and it was everybody. It was, you know, older women, younger women, you know, hen nights. Everybody, all these guys had been dragged along, and they seemed to be having a good time too. And I thought, right, I've got to try and get the rights to this film. So we managed to get it financed, and I buddied up with Andrew MacDonald, who made Trainspotting and Shallow Grave, and he helped me finance it. But I'd had the, you know, developed the script from the option, and got this wonderful cast together. And I hope some of you have you know, enjoyed seeing it, because I'm really proud of the success of it. We had 2 standing ovations in Toronto at the world premiere. It has done nearly £5 million at the box office in the UK. You know, where if I go to my children's football club, they tell me that they've been 3 times with their aunts and their uncles and everybody. And it was just really fantastic, and it was blessed from start to finish, from the proclaimers and everybody being on side. It's going really quickly. Right, this is Castles in the Sky, this Eddie Izzard drama that we made this year about the invention of radar. The inventor of radar came from Brecon and the northeast coast of Scotland, which is my hometown. So here is, and Eddie Izzard did really well, and I thought his accent was pretty spot on for a sort of Brecon accent. This is our next project, Off the Rails, crazily going to be shooting in Edinburgh, London, Paris, Berlin, Sarajevo, Istanbul and Venice. So I'm taking the kids out of school and we're going on the road for however long it takes to make this film. But that one, I'm hoping that's going to be financed and shooting in April, and it's about 4 women who reunite after a trip they did when they were 20. These are just some future projects. Big action thriller, that's the one that Kieran's going to direct next. This is Steve, who directed Outpost 1 and 2. This is going to be his next film. You know, we're trying now on the genre front to make bigger budget films, and you know, that is a leap in itself. I thought it's interesting to show you some of the artwork that we do when we go to market and what we have to do in terms of persuading people, the vision of the film. You know, Jerry Butler for the time being, might be Ewan McGregor next week, Colin Farrell, you know, every time we get turned down, we'll insert another face. This is, you know, we've made these low-budget zombie films, Nazi zombie films. This is kind of Transformers meets Nazi zombies. There's reinvention of what we've done before, and we're working with a brilliant Dutch filmmaker who is a genius sort of visual artist and graphic artist, and he's putting all of this artwork together. So we're going to start showing that to people. I haven't showed this to anybody yet. Women are starved of entertainment, so I am really passionate about making entertainment for women. This is set in a cookery school in Italy about a divorcing couple, and all these people turn up at this cookery school, and the divorcing couple have to run this course, and it's good fun, sort of comedy, drama with heart. And this project is very close to my heart, which is about, you know, the curlers who won the Olympic gold, the Ayrshire curlers. So that is a big project, which is in really good shape, and I'm hoping to finance in the next year. So that was really quick, and next time I will do it much slower and only have about 4 slides. You know, maybe just not have quite so many slides. Anyway, thank you. That's where we're at. Happy to talk to anybody. Thank you for having me.